Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to the Mixer, and today, I'm going to be doing one of those crazy little player profiles. I'm going to be talking about a very superb athlete in the field of a certain sport, In case you guys missed it, in case you haven't really been paying attention, I have been playing NHL 21 on my channel, and it was only a matter of time before I started recording videos about hockey players, the sport itself and some of the individual athletes, and I'm going to be trying out a new formula today. I know that I mentioned this in the last 3 videos, you guys might notice that my background is different, the lighting, but now I think I might have been able to make it even better than before, so I'm going to be trying to experiment with a few different things here, so hopefully it comes out well. I got my little mirror here so I can see behind the camera if everything is okay, because I don't have a visor next to it, so yeah. I normally don't record videos with a white shirt because the lighting kind of makes it look weird, but hopefully it's going to be okay today. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about Wayne Douglas Gretzky, unanimously considered to be the greatest hockey player of all time. I mean, his nickname, after all, is the Great One, okay? And he had a 20-year career in the NFL the NHL from 1979 to 1999, an exact 2-decade career. And he is actually the leading... He's actually the leading player in a few different categories. I'm gonna read I have a little cheat sheet here for you guys, okay? Because I'm still understanding how hockey works. I'm not as fluent in it as I am with other sports, so I'm gonna be trying to kind of get to read as much as I can here so I don't make any mistakes, okay? So anyway, he is considered to be the greatest hockey player ever by a few different sources, sports writers, other players, the actual NHL itself, and he is the leading goal scorer, the assist producer, and point scorer in NHL history. In case you guys don't know how hockey works, an individual player and also a team, but in this case a player, they have this thing called points, which is they might score a certain number of goals in their career and give a certain number of assists to other goals, but every goal and every assist, counts as a point. So, for example, a player might finish a game in hockey, in ice hockey, with like 5 goals and 4 assists, and that's going to give him 9 points. It's actually pretty cool how it works. So he is the leading man with that as well, and he is the only he has more assists in his career than any other player who scored total points, and he is the only hockey player ever in the NHL to total over 200 points in just one season, which he did 4 times, by the way. Pretty darn impressive, huh? And also he tallied over 100 points in 16 professional freaking seasons of hockey, and 14 of them were consecutive, one after the other, huh? Pretty impressive. And at the time of his retirement in '99, he actually held 61 records in the NHL, more than any other player, 40 regular season records, 15 playoff records, and 6 All-Star records, and he was obviously inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame. He played his position, he played in the center position, he preferred shooting from the left, and the teams that he played for, in order, are the Indianapolis Racers, the Edmonton Oilers, the Los Angeles Kings, the St. Louis Blues, and the New York Rangers. I do believe all of these, except for the Racers, appeared in my NHL playlist. I played with all of these teams or against all of them, so it's really cool. Yeah, he was Canadian, by the way, and it's funny because it says here that he went undrafted to the NHL, so I guess he just started without being drafted somehow. I don't know. But anyway, this is going to be a little challenging because I don't really know how much about how the sport works, but I will insert right here now a clip of Wayne doing his thing.
Ralston flipped one across, and standing on it was Niedermeyer, and back out comes Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky moving ahead, picks up Olsen, fights his way free, score! First goal of the game goes to Wayne Gretzky, shorthanded.
Okay, so whatever the hell I inserted, I hope it was cool. I hope you guys liked it, okay? Now let's talk about career statistics, huh? So he actually has a great number of records, like I said before, and some of them include the record for most career regular season goals at 894. Gone a little bit further there, get to 900, eh, buddy? I mean, damn. It's gonna drive me crazy seeing this. If it was me, I would have tried to do another 6, 900. Then again, I couldn't play ice hockey to save my life. I probably couldn't even play field hockey to save my damn life. But okay, I'm trying to make the guy sound like he sucks or anything. I'm just saying, it's just what I would do, He also holds the records for most assists at 1,963. That sounded weird. Let me say it again. 1,963 assists, okay, and also the record for most points at 2,857. Holy freaking crap! And 50 hat tricks. Okay, in case you guys don't know how sports work, a hat trick is when a player scores usually, I don't know how it works in hockey, but in soccer or football, for example, a hat trick is when you score 3 goals, you know, so maybe it's the same thing. I'm guessing in hockey it might be the same thing, whenever he scored 3 goals or more in a game, you know. Anyway, so then Gretzky actually scored his first 1,000 points faster, you know, than any other player in NHL history, and it took him 424 games to do it. Okay, that's pretty freaking insane. And also he scored a second 1,000 points, you know, so from his 1,001st all the way to his 2,000 point, you know, he scored that also faster than any other player, and it took him 433 games. Holy freaking crap. So Wayne's his point total, including regular season and playoff okay, his total point count, okay, which includes regular season and playoffs, okay, including all of that, it actually stands at 3,239 in total, okay. Remember what I said about hockey having the points tallying together, the goals and the assists? Well, if you split those up, he actually has 1,016 goals, okay, on the ice in the rink, and 2,223 assists. Okay, that is pretty freaking insane in my opinion, dude. Okay, so also his 47 playoff points in 1985 and 31 assists in 88 are still records to this day for a single postseason round, buddy. And he actually holds the record for career playoff goals at 122. And also 260 assists, also a record, 382 points, and also 10 hat tricks. Oh, and he also scored 24 game-winning goals. And here in the article that I'm getting this information from, there's a much more detailed explanation. You know, there's many more statistics and stuff, you know, but I'm not gonna read them. So here's another clip or something.
Keekinen was there, high off the glass. Jari Kurri to Gretzky's got a breakaway. One-on-one against Vernon. Gretzky right in, shoots, scores! And celebrates.
Broken up, and here's Jari Kurri with Gretzky in the clear. Gretzky in on goal. Scores! Wayne Gretzky!
And they're turning this into a rout. Here goes Gretzky. Fakes it, shoots it, scores!
Now, the most coveted trophy, you know, for any hockey player, any professional hockey player in the NHL is the Stanley Cup, and Gretzky won 4 of them, you know, between the 80s, between the early and the late 80s, you know, he won 4 playing with the Edmonton Oilers, and he was actually an advocate, a spokesman for violence in hockey, because hockey is a pretty violent sport. A lot of brawls break out. The players physically fight each other while they're playing the game, you know, so he kind of spoke out against that. He was obviously against violence, you know, so which is a very admirable trait to have, you know, so he was also outspoken about this, and he was actually a very dominant figure, you know, on and off the ice rink, and actually he was really adept at dodging checks from other players, you know. So a check is when a player in hockey has the puck, you know, he's sliding through the ice or icing it, and another player comes in and tries to take it from him, you know, not necessarily with a tackle, but actually use his own hockey stick to take it out. And he was really good at avoiding that, you know, dodging and weaving through other players, you know, with the puck in his possession. And he was actually also good at anticipating where the puck was going to end up, you know. It's almost like he had a sixth sense or something, or he could see the future. He knew where the puck was going. He was able to intercept it really well, and also he executed the right move at the right time, all that stuff, you know. He also set up a lot behind the opponent's net during games, and it actually is a little zone that became known as Gretzky's office, you know. It's actually really cool. I wish I could play as him in an NHL game. So anyway, he led the league in goal scoring 5 times and assists 16 times, you know, a lot of other stuff as well, a lot of different trophies. And here's the crazy thing, when he retired in 99, he was actually he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, you know, which had actually never been done so quickly, you know. He was the most recent player to have the waiting period waived, so he could actually get in there quicker, you know. And also his 99 jersey number was retired by the NHL, you know. I do believe across all the teams he played for, which is normal for an athlete, you know, of his caliber. You know, he was really good at what he did. If you guys watch footage of him playing, you know, you can go look it up on YouTube. He was actually really good. I watched a few clips, you know, before starting out, and to me it was just amazing. Like, even somebody who's still getting into hockey like me could really appreciate how much skill this guy had, you know. That's just my opinion. So a few other things here that he did, inducted into this and that, you know. But I'm just gonna talk actually about him now. Hockey, guys, is a sport that is really emotional. A lot can happen in a short period of time, you know, and I'm actually starting to really like it. I fall in love very quickly with sports, you know, as it was with basketball. I really fell for that very, very fast. You know, I think it's really cool, and it's nice to kind of it's nice to open yourself more to other sports because you always have more to watch, you know. And even though my relationship with hockey is still in the phase where I'm just playing it on the Xbox, you know, I don't watch any games yet. I definitely could in the future. There are a lot of different rules, regulations. I'm sure that it does work much differently than other sports leagues in the world, but at the same time, I think it can still be it can be easy to follow if you just pick up on it a lot, you know. And funny thing about hockey is that a long time ago there were no helmets being used. I do believe Wayne played at a time where there were no helmets, you know. So it was brawls happened much more frequently and they were much more brutal and you could get hurt much more, you know. There wasn't a lot of safety precautions, you know, like elbow pads, shin pads, helmets, you know. So the players really got hurt back then, man. It was freaking bonkers. And yet Wayne was always above everybody. Even when he was playing minor league hockey, he was miles above the other players on his team and also the opposing team.
Second goal of the game for Gretzky. And there's the tip up, very close to being offside. Watch the Deke. Deke to the backhand.
Steve Larmer read the play. Gretzky had to put the puck down. It starts to roll and jump a little bit. Now he moves in. See it roll and jump. And he has some room. Oh, my.
Now, me personally, I think it's really cool how one player can change a sport so dynamically in a day where it was still becoming what we know today. Because, for example, basketball was always good back in the 80s, you know, and 70s as well. But it was around we had Bill Russell in the 60s, then later Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s. We had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, you know. But the 80s, you know, the Michael Jordan era, you know, from about the mid 80s all the way until like the late 90s, that was when basketball was transformed. It became much more dynamic, you know, and known more around the world because of Michael Jordan. And I think that's what Wayne Gretzky did for hockey, you know. We have players today, we have what's the fellow's name? I forgot his name. God, what is his name? Something Crosby. There we go. Sidney Crosby. I had to look it up real quick. Sidney Crosby. There's also Alex Ovechkin. You know, a few good players who are. If you guys watch this video by Watch Mojo, you can see some of the rising stars in hockey today. You know, but like they also changed the game in a certain way. They made it much more dynamic. But I think that nobody did it more than Wayne. You could argue that Crosby is better than Wayne Gretzky. You know, but hey, that's just your opinion. But even though you think he might be better, he is definitely not bigger. You know, it's like the debate between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. You know, I mean, LeBron James can go further in his career, win more championships, score more points, this and that, but Jordan will always be bigger. He will always be he transformed and influenced the game in a way that LeBron never could, you know? LeBron could be the best player in the game that Jordan himself influenced and transformed today. And I think it's the same for Wayne with hockey and the NHL, you know? But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up, mostly because I don't really know what else I can say, you know? I might do other player profiles too if you guys like this one, so give me your feedback, shout out in the comments below, let me know what you think. If you happen to be a fan of hockey, then tell me a little bit more about it, you know, tell me maybe if I should support a team, which one I should, which one you support, you know, tell me more about it, and also stay tuned because I'm going to be continuing to play NHL 21 here on the channel. I have many more videos to come in that playlist, so make sure you guys stay tuned, okay? And I think that's it for now. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also consider subscribing to my channel because I release videos every single day. You're not going to want to miss that. Might as well hit the notification bell as well to know exactly what time I upload, huh? And that's it for now, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.